Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh fans. Welcome back to the King's Court. Now, this is going to be the next installment in the Locals Report series. In case you're new to this series, first off, hello, thanks for stopping by. This is a series where here on the channel, where I take a deck of mine, pretty much a rogue deck, I guess you could say. Yeah, a rogue deck. In this case, usually I'm piloting my favorite deck, Heroes, but a few other rogue decks also we're working on. Almost done. Just a little more, just a few more cards. We'll keep that for a surprise. Anyways, where I take it to my locals to compete in my locals weekly Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and I try to top as high as I can. Now, at the most previous one, we had about 10 players, and we had about 3 rounds, and it was pretty good. So, what makes this one different from the last ones, and as well as other times, I like to take these chances to experiment with different ideas for the hero deck. So this time I decided to take with me 3 copies of Ian Shuffle. Now, before we get to the matches, which I played 3 of them, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you play heroes. What's your experience been like with Ian Shuffle? Do you think it should be a 3? Do you think it's a 1 of? Or do you think it honestly shouldn't even be in the deck? Personally, I've been seeing a lot of 3 or 1. Sorry. Um, some people I've seen on YouTube or like online in general claim playing 3 is great. I've heard some people even say it's kind of like the trifecta of cards that hero players always play, which is 3 Fusion Destiny, 3 Hero Lives, 3 Mass Change. I don't know about that. Some people play 2, and others I've seen you could tech 1 in if you really want. But for me, I decided to take in 3. So go ahead and let me know in the comments what's your experience has been like, and what you think is the right ratio for yourself personally. There are no right or wrong answers. This is all personal, like a personal opinion. This is all, and everything in this video is going to be my experience I had with the card. So go ahead and leave a like and comment, subscribe, and go ahead and put in the comments what your experience has been. Now, I played 3 rounds. The first round, everyone's favorite deck right now. I played against Shizu Tier Element. Oh man, I lost that one. But I didn't make it easy. We almost had to go time because I did not make it easy. It was a hard fought game, but I still lost. Game two, unfortunately, I also lost. I don't know, because I'm not gonna lie. There are times Ian Shuffle cost me a game, or yeah, but at round two I played against ABC Therion, you know, Therion Regulus and all them. So basically a hardcore ABC machine deck, which is really cool. I really like how it's a tier 0 format right now, but there's still a lot of people playing rogue decks, at least in my locals. So that's really cool. And in my third round was against Sky Striker. So, start off at the beginning. Now, really quick, I decided to, like I said, now here's to play Ian Shuffle. Now, here's the thing. Whenever in any card game, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, One Piece now, and a little bit of the Pokemon TCG, whenever I'm not sure about a card, I always try maxing it out first. That's just how I go. I max it out, play with it a couple of times, like get a couple of games in, and then from there I decide whether or not it's better at a full 3 in this case, or better off at 2 or 1. That's just how it's always been for me. So in this at this tournament, I decided to play 3 of them because I was not really knowing what to expect. Now, in case you're not sure, like you're new to the deck or haven't even played or tried this card out, Ian Shuffle is a brand new card. Sorry. Ian Shuffle is a brand new card, and it states you may shuffle 1 elemental hero or Neo-Spacian monster you control into the deck, and if you do, special summon 1 elemental hero or Neo-Spacian monster with a different name from your deck. Now, that's already pretty good right there. You can banish this card from your graveyard, shuffle from your graveyard into your deck either 1 elemental hero monster and 1 Neo-Spacian monster, or 1 elemental hero Neos then draw one card. You can only use each of the effects of Ian Shuffle once per turn. Standard, only once per turn sort of thing. Which is funny because like Stratos came out during the time where it didn't have the once per turn thing, so that's what makes Stratos so great. You could literally keep using him over and over as long as you keep summoning him. Fun little nugget of knowledge. But basically, the idea is to going in. I just thought the idea would be play Stratos, like try to Ash bait basically. Play Hero Libs and then go into Stratos. If they don't hit anything there, and if they let my search go off, cool. Then play Ian shuffle back to Stratos, and go another hero. Probably, and that's the thing. Okay, okay. Like I said, this is only my personal experience, but traditionally, like if you look on YouTube or something, you look at all the hero decks that, like all the different decks out there that people post on YouTube or anywhere. Primarily, the only heroes you see come down to these ones. Stratos. Now, this is again another one where it comes to player preference. You either play, I personally play 3. That's just me. A lot of people have been playing it at 2. Ever since the Hero Lives went back to 3, but personally I still like the 3rd. Obviously, 2 Shadow Mist. That's pretty much the standard, honestly. 2 Shadow Mists in every hero deck, pretty much. Like I said, look up like watch 10 different deck profiles for heroes. I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of them are all playing 2 Shadow Mist. I'm willing to bet money on that. So, basically, that's the standard right there. And usually, one ofs Liquid Soldier and Honest Neos. Because here's the thing, unless you're playing a Neo Steam deck, which I feel like this card could be better in that deck, your choices are actually very limited. So if you play Stratos, unfortunately, you also won't even get Liquid Soldier's ability, which, like I said before, in case you're new to the deck or you haven't played against heroes before, when Liquid Soldier has 2 abilities. One, when he's normal summon, you could special summon back an elemental hero, or no, any hero from your graveyard back to your side of the field. Now that's great because usually you'll pick Stratos, get a search off, go from there. And his other ability, if he's used for a fusion summon for a hero monster, you get to draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card. That's why Liquid Soldier is actually really good. Honest Neos, pretty much everyone knows what it does. Drop him during damage calc, your monster will gain 2500 attack. Now, these 2 are pretty much useless to want to go into. Well, at least Honest Neos, because the effect will only work from from your hand. But Liquid Soldier, I guess if you you got Poly and you really want to go into like Ab-Zero or Sunrise or Trinity or something, that could be okay to switch into with Ian Shuffle. But usually, while playing Ian Shuffle, I only ever used it to go into Shadow Mist. Unfortunately I only got Ian Shuffle to go off twice. Out of all my matches, and all of them went to three games. So out of all 9 games I played, he only came up twice. Once in a different duel. Yeah. In one match and then in a completely different match as well. So here's the thing. With Shadow Mist, he came up in 2 different times. One, he came up when special summoned to add mass change. So that's actually a positive right there. Because if you play Ian Shuffle and let's say you shuffle back your Stratos and you special summon your Shadow Mist, you can add your mass change, which is actually really good. So, man, unfortunately, this didn't come up during my first round. So basically, you can do that. But the other alternative, you could, let's say you have Liquid Soldier, you summon him, you brought back Shadow Mist, or you have Stratos and like you have another option. You just play Ian Shuffle to shuffle it back and get him, just put him in defense because unfortunately that happened. So that's enough quick explanation on the card. Down to my rounds. Also, let me know if you're liking this. If you like this format, I try to get recording video, but there's like so many people who show up, so I didn't have a chance to set up my tripod. Sorry about that. All right, so I played 3 rounds, and the first one was, like I said, everyone's favorite deck, Tear Elements, Ashizu Tear Elements. Ah, man, the worst part is he went first, so that was bad. So basically, he managed to set up his monsters, and honestly, I couldn't do much. Like, unfortunately, my first hand at my first game, I drew double Ian Shuffle and Imperm, so I couldn't even. I used the Imperm during his turn, yeah, but that was pretty much it. I had like nothing else. I played. I also had Vion, no Stratos, no Hero Lives, no Fusion Destiny either. I only had it once, so that kind of sucks. But so yeah, needless to say, I lost that one. It was a really good game though. The guy was cool too. So I lost that one. Game two, I went first. Now this one was different. I drew the nuts. I got a pretty sweet hand. I managed to end on a field of everyone's favorite. I managed to end on DPE and let's see. Where did I put it? Let's see. Ah, there it is. I ended on DPE, Big Daddy Plasma, and an Imperm set. So I was sitting pretty good actually. I thought, okay, this is a good hand. Does it mean this is a good hand? This is a good field. I should be pretty good. And then it happened. I did not expect this. He lava golemed me. Ah man, he lava golemed me. Dang. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes, like when you set up your field and then it just gets torn down like that. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. We've all been there. We've been a little mad about that. Or like if we're doing our combos and we just get stopped by one like little hand trap. We've all let's admit it. We've all been there. We've all been a little salty about that. But honestly, I was so not expecting Lava Golem. I couldn't stop laughing. Honestly, I lost my monsters because here's the thing: Plasma only is a skill drain for your opponent's side of the field. That means monsters on their field, their effects will be negated. In DPE, even though his ability is a quick effect, you can't respond to to attributing your monsters. So just like how back in the days, a lot of people would like tech kaiju's or Lava Golem himself, or Egyptian God Spirit Mode, those are like the big ones right there. To get over like Dragoon, you can do the same thing to get over DPE. So because of that, DPE couldn't even come back because he was tributed, not destroyed. So that sucks. Was not expecting that. So needless to say, yeah, that got me right there. So because he got rid of my big stuff, and even the Imperm was useless because, um, despite having it, this man is still to set up his stuff. Because Ashizu Tear Element is just way too destructive, man. It is just crazy. So yeah, unfortunately, I lost that round, but it was still a lot of fun. It was a good experience too because I need. Yes, I hate I'm okay. I don't hate. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of like the Shizu Tear deck just because the fact it can play during your own turn. I mean, during your opponent's turn. I mean, it sucks, but this is how we get better. So personally, the more chances I have to play against the deck, as well as other like really top meta decks, I'm all open to it because the more practice I get, the more experience I have, and the better I can do against it next time. This is my philosophy. That's how I go. That's how I try to improve my game when it comes to any game I play, so that's just me. So, round 2, I played against ABC Therian. Now, I have not seen ABC in so long, so this is really cool. Um, Therions, though, oh man, if you're subscribed to the channel, by the way, thank you. You can see that if you go down our videos, we have a deck. I think it's our most viewed video actually. It's channel member Michael's Earth's Machine Toolbox deck. So I have experience against Therions, but doesn't mean I like playing against them. So he tried using that. I ashed it, thank goodness. And then he tried using what's it called? What's the card called? I forgot what it was. Well, basically, he managed to get his steering. Oh yeah, I think I impermed his Regulus, but that didn't matter because he has his equip. He had his equip cards, so he got to summon his equip card himself because he managed to set up how, if you know how ABCs work, he managed to use up his hand like to get it to the grave to equip it to the Regulus. So because he like I even though I said I ashed it, he actually called by the grave it. Oh man, even though called by the grave is at 1, when it happens, you got it at the perfect time. You got to use it. So he ashed. I mean, he called by the grave my ash. So I couldn't really do much there. I managed to set up like a small field, but I couldn't really do much. Like, because he just had too much advantage already. And that's the issue with hand traps. Even though because he called by the grave it and all that, I saved the imperm for next turn so I could negate Regulus. But it didn't come up because basically I had to use it up, but it didn't even matter. So I go Strato, a Hero Libs, go Stratos, get Ferris. And here's the thing, this guy also likes to play heroes. So he impermed the perfect card. After I went Ferris, went increase in my spell. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Now, my hand was not bad. I had Ash in them. And this is actually weird. I had Ash, Imperm, and the last 3 cards. I had Ferris, Increase, and Destiny Hero Denier. Which isn't bad. But, unfortunately, here's where it does go bad for me. I discarded Denier, to go Ferris. It was fine. I used Ferris' ability to go into Increase. I use Increase's effect, and I attribute it off Ferris. I go Increase, attempt to activate its effect. He impermed me. Yep. He impermed me. Oh my god. Yep. He impermed me. So that was when I tried to go to, that was game 1, and I tried to do it, just couldn't. It sucks, but what can you do? So I was pretty much sitting duck there, so he got game 1. So we won game 2. This time I decided to go for game 2. I won't go like into my side deck because I'm trying to update it because I'm trying to like get rid, because now that the new ban list is out, I want to put like an updated hero deck that I'm playing right now. That's why I took Ian Shuffle with me this week to see if I want to like main deck it or not. And I'm still like tinkering, so expect that. Probably I'll be coming out with that. Maybe I might make that like the last video of the year. Maybe. I don't know. Like we might. Me and channel member Michael are trying to plan something for like a Christmas or like a New Year's video, because even though we only started like a couple of months ago, we're like to everyone subscribed, we're actually really thankful. Like, I know that sounds corny. I know you hear everyone on YouTube or anything like that say that, but we're just a couple, like I said in the description of the channel, we're just gaming fans who just wanted to put some videos online. So the fact that there are people watching us, we're actually very grateful. So thank you. Corny stuff aside, So yeah, he got game one. Game two was interesting. Now I hero lived and I went Stratos. He he tried to imperm my Stratos. No, not imperm. Yeah, he tried to imperm Stratos. But here's the thing: in my hand, I had mass change. So I played mass change, switched out targeted Stratos, and I managed to go into Master Blast. So because I called to use his effect to search, I was able to actually search even though he tried to imperm me because basically my monster is no longer on the field, so I got to search. So now that I had Blast, I managed to cut his monster's attack in half, which is really good. So what I did with Stratos, I searched out Honest Neos. So basically, I was ready. I went and attacked over his monster. He had a. So I set. Oh yeah. So I set up my cards, and I managed to set. So unfortunately, though, because I couldn't, I tried to go Ferris again, like I said. But here's the thing: he did it again. It wasn't imperm, but he basically asked me like to stop. He basically stopped increase. Like I remember, I think he used Ash or something to get me to not be able to summon Vion from the deck. He basically, I couldn't get Ferris off at all this match, so that stinks. So I had like a dead increase. So what I did was I set my Imperm and I just passed turn. So I think he couldn't get his pieces because turn two, after that, it was nothing but a back and forth of us drawing to see if we could get any monster because I attacked because his Regulus is half its attack now. So when he passed to my turn, I just attacked over it. After that, I couldn't get any monsters. I kept drawing traps because I'll have to show this. In my side deck for going first, I actually sided in my Solemn Judgments. Here's the thing: for some weird reason, I must not have shuffled like properly. I kept drawing them, so I kept setting them, but no monsters. So literally, we kept going back and forth until one of us drew something. Luckily, it was me, so I was able to draw Stratos, and basically, I was able to go off from there. So after that, I drew Stratos, and I managed to go off. Now, this is actually funny because this is the first time I managed to go into Ian Shuffle. I used Ian Shuffle, went Shadow Mist, and pretty much that was all she wrote right there. So Ian Shuffle did come up one like during that game, but only once. So I'm still not sure if I want to play it at three or not. I think I'll have to play again, like do a couple more games to really get the feel for it. So that was game two. But game three, man, I drew terribly. Oh man, I drew increase and like two mass changes and nothing. I did manage to get off Darklaw, which did stun him for a little while, but he basically managed to link climb into Nightmare Unicorn barely, got rid of my monster, and that was it. So that was second round. Yeah, 2-1. Now, third round was against Sky Striker. Now, usually when I say that, I usually meant I played against a specific Sky Striker player. No, this time it was actually another friend of the channel, um, who was piloting Sky Striker at that time. So this is the first time me and him actually played Yu-Gi-Oh before. We played other games against with each other, but we never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh against each other. So that's pretty cool. So Basically, turn one. Oh my, game one. This game took seriously almost like 30 minutes. Basically, he managed to set up he got his monsters out, and every time I tried doing something, he would either like negate them or stuff like that. Standard Sky Strikers. So I don't know why. I think I was just having an offhand because I couldn't really do much. So, but game two is where things got really interesting. Game two, I went first, and I went ham. I managed to draw the hand, and I managed to go DPE dark. I managed to go the field that I wanted. I got Dark Law, DPE, and Big Daddy Plasma. I managed to get the field that I want, the perfect field. So, well, almost perfect. If I had Rivalry and like Dark Angel on his field, that'd be even better. But despite that, I still had the field. He couldn't do anything. He dropped it right. I also had an imperm set, so adding insult to injury. So he couldn't do anything. Yep, he couldn't do anything after that, so he scooped. I couldn't blame him though. So then we went game three, and honestly, I mean it happened. We went into time, but I hero lived. I played a hero lived my first turn, but we had to go into time because, like I said, the first game went like 30 minutes. Sky Strikers, but I don't know how. I don't know if it's a normal thing, but for some reason, for me, every time I play Sky Strike against Sky Striker, it takes forever. It could just be I don't know. It could just be a hero thing. Maybe the two decks just like really keep counteracting each other. I'm not sure. Well, that's all 3 rounds, honestly. So let's see. I learned that Ian Shuffle can be very situational, but when it comes up, and it can be very useful. So I think in my next tournament, I'm going. I don't know if it'll be this coming week because Christmas, which for the record, Merry Christmas if you're watching this um, on Christmas or either way, and also Happy New Year if you're watching this in 2023. I don't know why, but or any other year besides 2022. Um, Basically, I'm going to keep practicing the deck and try to incorporate Ian Shuffle as well as other ideas I'm having for the deck. So if you're excited for that and want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And just like I said at the beginning, if you play Heroes, let me know your experience with Ian Shuffle and what you think of it. And do you think it should be a 3, 2, or 1? Now go ahead and honestly, thanks for stopping by. Bye.